Hello everyone, welcome to Civil Brains YouTube channel. So in today's lecture, we will see what is this alloform technology and what is the application of this. Okay, so normally you have seen such kind of buildings, right? In most of the metro cities and all. So we are constructing all these high-rise buildings and all. So here what we use is we use Mivan technology that is called as a alloform technology. So here what happens is here everything is your wall. Okay, so let's say if this is one floor. Okay, from here to here this is one floor. So you can see everywhere you can see the RCC wall, right? You don't see any brickwork, block work happening. So because of this, because of the fast construction, what will happen is each floor. Okay, this is one floor for me. This one particular floor I can finish it in 7 to 10 days. That means in 1 month, roughly 3 to 4 slabs I can cast. I mean, in 1 month, this much 4 slabs I'm going to cast in 1 month. If you don't use this Mivan technology, if you go with the conventional one, so what is this conventional? Conventional in the sense you might have seen such kind of buildings, right? So here first we do all the bare structure. You put the beam, the column, the slab and all. And after that you do this brickwork, block work and all. Here to do one particular this thing slab, you require minimum 20 to 22 days, right? So that is why the Mivan technology is the fastest construction that we have today, where all the high-rise building construction were happening. Not only high-rise building construction, wherever you are doing the similar projects or whenever you're doing the mass housing projects and all, you can use this Mivan technology. For example, you see this is not a high-rise building; it's a row houses. What you can see, but everything is similar. Since it is similar, uh, s- so what you can do is you can do faster construction here. Getting my point, right? So this was a basic introduction about the my one. Now the aluform what we use, the steel what we use, no, not the steel, the aluminum what we use, it has certain grade in that. Like normal steel and all, when you use the rebar and all, we have this Fe4 and 5, 500, 550 in terms of rebar. So this aluminum material has a grade. So the grade is T66061. This is a grade of this particular aluminum. This is the grade that you're supposed to use in the construction. Okay. Yeah. Now, once we understood that, we'll understand how the procedure, how the manufacturing of that will happen. So first is you have to buy all these raw materials and all. So there are many companies like Jindal, Hindalco and all. So all these are the raw materials that is available, aluminum raw materials you have to procure it. So once you procure it, you'll prepare all the shell plan, you'll prepare all the BOQs and all. And after that, what will happen? All the fabrication will happen. So you will have to, all these things will happen in the factories and all. You can use this robotic welding and all. Okay, we have MIG welding and arc. You have MIG welding there, and then we have this friction stir welding. Okay, so based on that, wherever the panels are there, all the welding and all will happen. These are the aluminum panels what you have. Okay, this is your friction stir welding and all. In this way, in this way, no, in this way, all these things will be manufactured. So once it is manufactured, only then what will happen is it will go to the construction site wherever the work is going to happen. No, there we are going to transport all these things. In this way, in the pallets, all these things will be prepared. Then it will be loaded in the vehicle, and wherever you have a construction site, right? So there we are going to start with the construction. So this is one of the construction site. So here we'll unload all the materials and all. So once we unload, we'll start with the construction. So that is a basic understanding. Of course, will not understand everything, but basic things I'll try to explain. Now, when you put up this aluminum formwork, right, you require a lot of components in this. So we'll see all these components one by one. So the component which will come at the base, that is somewhere here, this is bottom portion. We call that as a rocker. Over that, all this panel, what you can see, right? Over this, all these panels, this panel, then this, and this is another panel, this is another panel. So this is called as a wall panel. Now, over the wall panel, you get top panel. Of course, you cannot see a top panel here. It will be somewhere here. So over the wall panel, will be providing a top panel, which is called a steep panel also. After that, around the beams and all, you will be providing a soffit length. Then in the corner, you will be providing a soffit corner. Then you're going to place the deck sheets. That is your normal slab. But directly, we'll not keep any deck sheets. We'll use something called as beam. So the beams which you provide at the end is called as end beam. The beam which you provide at the middle is called as a mid beam. Okay, I'll just show you an example for that. See, this is your rocker. You can see the bottom portion, this one. This is called as rocker. Okay, here you can see at the bottom portion, this portion here, this is rocker. So once you fix the rocker, next what we are going to fix is we are going to fix the wall panel. Okay, all these are your wall panel. After that, all these are your wall panels. This rocker will be fixed to your wall panel. So this is your wall panel with the rocker. After that, this will be your T panels. You can see here, this panel. I'll just show you here. Yeah, this particular panel. So this is a wall panel. This will go from here to here. Okay, this is my wall panel. And above this, whatever panel you can see here, right? This panel. This is my top panel. So it's written here top. It will be written in on the all the sheets and aluminum panels for the identification purpose. So this is your top panel. Got it? After the top panels, we are going to provide the this thing beam components. In the beam components, we have something called as beam soffit, which will come at the beam bottom. Then come the beam sides. So this is your beam bottom, this portion. These are your beam sides and all. So after that, there is interesting part, that is your soffit length, soffit corner and all. So we'll try to see that. See the one which is at the corner. Okay. The one which is at the corner, this portion, this one, all these are called as a soffit corner, SC. Okay. And one which is along the length, this one, I'll use a different color. This one, soffit length. This is your soffit length. This is soffit length, soffit length, soffit length. All these are my soffit length. Okay. And next is your end beam and mid beam. Can you see this particular? This is one beam. Okay. This portion here. Can you see this one? So this is my end portion. So this is one beam, end beam. This is also another end beam. Okay. And the one which is at the center, this one is a center one. This is called the mid beam, MB. And you can see something here, which is this particular shape. This one. So this is called as DP. DP stands for deck prop. This one. This is called as deck prop, DP. Okay. So there are many components. First, you have to identify the components. If you're watching my lecture for the first time, or if you're watching the Mivan components for the first time, you'll not be able to understand it in a one single go. But after certain time, once you keep watching it, once you learn it, you'll be able to understand all these things. For example, right now, whatever I've shown you, that is from the top view. Now I'll show you from the bottom view. Okay, right? So you can see this particular beam here. Where shall I show you? Okay, here, this beam. Okay, this is at the end portion. This is my end beam. The one which is here, this is also end beam. And the deck prop, what I have shown, the deck prop will be here. Okay, the deck prop will be where this is called as a beam bar. This is a different component. So you'll have a deck prop here. Got it? So in this way, when you have a deck prop, you'll give a support like this. Wherever you have DP deck prop, the support will be given. These are my end beam, and the one which is running like this, all these are my mid beams and all, MB. Got it? No. So in this way, the arrangements will be done. So once all these arrangements only done, only then you look, your building will look something like this. Okay, this is how it looks, and this is from the top portion. Okay, this is from the top portion. And this is one particular building. You can see whatever components I explained you. So all these things you can see. Your deck prop will be somewhere here. DP is somewhere here. Okay, getting my point now. Now, whatever I explained you, for this, again, there will be drawing. Of course, all the drawing I will not be explaining you, but I'll show you the basic drawing how to understand. So just now I spoke about end beam, mid beam and all, right? So in the drawing it is mentioned. Can you see this drawing? So this is a beam which is running. Okay. This is a beam which is running like this. Like this. Okay. So can you identify here what is written? It is written ES. ES means actually end beam. In few drawing, it is mentioned as end support. End beam, yeah, end support, both are one and the same. So it is at the extreme left, right? So it's written as end beam or end support. Similarly, this is also extreme right now. This is extreme left, extreme right. ES is written. That is end beam, yeah, end support. Now, whatever is there in between them, that's called as a middle beam. Okay, so you can see MS. MS means middle beam, yeah, middle support. MS is middle beam, yeah, middle support. Middle beam, yeah, middle support. Okay. Now, in between them, in between the end beam and the mid beam, and the mid beam and the mid beam, we have to give something called as DP, that is deck prop. So you can see here what they mentioned. DP they have mentioned. Deck prop, deck prop, deck prop. Okay, so this will give us support. This will hold your end beam and mid beam with the help of a pin bar. It is going to hold, which I have shown in the previous slide. Understood? No, fine. And whatever deck sheets you are providing, this is a size of the deck sheet. The deck sheet. This is your deck sheet. Yeah, this is your deck sheet. This sheet you can see here. This sheet 1, 2, 3. What is the size of the sheet that is mentioned here? This sheet, but this particular size of the sheet is 1200 by 600. So this is 1200. Sorry, yeah, this is 1200 and this is 600. This is 1200. This is 600. So this is 1200. This is 600. 1200, 600, and all these things here: deck prop, mid beam, deck prop, end beam, end beam. Same thing. End beam, deck prop, middle beam, deck prop, end beam. Got a basic understanding? Yeah. So that was all about this particular lecture. Of course, all things it's not possible to cover, but anyhow, we'll cover another 1 or 2 points. Next, once you set up all these things at the top, you have to provide something called as kicker. So can you see at the top here, this particular portion? Can you see this one here, this particular portion? Can you see this one? This is called as kicker. So this kicker is provided so that this will provide this is called as kicker. This one. Can you see here? This one. This is one which is provided the top. This one. Okay. This is called as kicker. So this kicker is provided so that once you finish the concreting of this slab and all, no, over again, I have to go to the next floor. This is one floor. I have to go to the next floor. On the next floor, I have to keep my wall panels again. So my wall panels has to rest on someone, right? So that is where we provide this kicker. So over this, my next slab, next level wall panels will be fixed on this particular kicker. Getting my point? No. So this is called as kicker. And this is called as vertical soldier. This one is called as a vertical soldier. This is called as your tie rod, and this is a wing nut what you have. So all these things are the accessories of the aluform shuttering. Okay, so these things will help you in the proper alignment and all. So these vertical soldiers will help you in the proper alignment of your kicker and all. Then after that, the normal reinforcement. The reinforcement what we provide is your normal reinforcement, whatever you provide in a conventional. No? Similar to that, we provide it here. Only the thing is, wherever beams are coming, beam reinforcement will be put up. Wherever wall reinforcements are coming, wall reinforcements will be put up, and normal slab reinforcement you are going to do. Now here you can see something here, right? Here you can see this particular, this is called as a stopper. This is called as a stopper. So what we do, whenever you have a big span of a slab, and if you cannot do the concreting in one single go, we give a joint, and that particular joint is called as a construction joint. So what we do is we do the casting of the slab up to this level today, and maybe after some time, maybe after a week or maybe after 2 to 3 days, when you have enough shuttering, when you have enough resource on the site and all, we can start your slab concreting from here again. So here we are going to stop the concreting. So again, it will be mentioned in your drawings and all where you have to stop your concreting and all. It will be given by the structural consultant. Generally, wherever a bending moment is minimum, there you are supposed to provide the construction joint. Usually at the L/4 distance, you have to stop your concreting and all. Okay, that's how it. So this was about the construction joint. All this knowledge you should be having. So I think basic understanding I've given you about this particular thing. Now, just in case if you are, yeah, so if you're interested to learn all these things in a better way, so definitely download my Civil Brains app. I've made a courses on all the different topics like execution, estimation, drawing, reading, BBS, BOQ, and all. So if you want to only master the Mivan construction, you can enroll in my Mivan construction. So whatever I'm explaining you, all the things in a detailed way through practical construction site videos, each and everything I've explained here, how the execution should be done, how to set out, all those things I've covered it here. So definitely enroll in the courses and upgrade your knowledge. But if you don't know Mivan, you're looking something related to the normal construction, conventional one, and you want to learn the complete building construction from start to the end, if you want to learn estimation, BBS, BOQ and all, I have a course by name 3-in-1 combo course. Here I'll teach you the complete building execution, estimation, drawing, reading and BBS. But if you want to learn all my courses, including the high-rise building construction, QA/QC construction, project planning, project management and all, you can enroll in my construction manager mastery course. This will cost you 14,999. You will get a straight away 10,000 discount on that. Instead of 25, you have to pay only 14,999. Even if you cannot pay that in one single go, we have a EMI option. You can pay 3,800 rupees per month for 4 months. That can be done. And there are more than 682 students have enrolled in this particular courses. So you can check out the reviews on my app as well, so that you can understand whatever amount you are spending on my courses, that is going in the right place. Apart from that, we have different courses based on your knowledge, based on your requirement. You can upgrade your knowledge. So I hope you have enjoyed my lecture up to here. And in the next lecture, if you like it, we'll continue with the other part. Like we'll try to see what are the accessories. Now we understood only the main components. In the next lecture, we'll see what are these different components and all, how to use these different components on the construction side. What is this slab mounted? What is this wall mounted brackets and all? We'll try to see that. So I'll see you back in the next lecture. Thank you.